Okay.
So I know we only have 20 minutes for a meeting today, and I just wanted to be able to ask you some questions, see how Gartner our tools, and see what problems you may be going through, see how we can provide some tools for you. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright, so what are your plans and goals for the next 6 months for Private Horizons?
So our main goal for the next 6 months is increasing our technologies to be able to accurately serve our clients and customers.
Okay, yeah. So you want to increase your technologies.
Yes.
Now, do you know, are you going to plan to make any big purchases for that?
Yeah, we would have to make some pretty big purchases to get into that whole new technology system and replace the one that we already have currently.
Alright, yeah. Okay, so another question that I have is, are you aware of what technologies you might be investing in, or what big purchases? Do you have help with that?
We have ideas within our company, but we're not yet entirely sure what would work best for us, as we still do need to make those purchases, and we haven't yet because we're unsure of which one would be best for us.
Yeah, okay. And then is there a kind of urgency with getting these technologies, or is it just kind of as you go?
It's pretty urgent. We do need to get that technology pretty quickly. That way we can give our clients what they need.
Okay, so it's urgent because you want to give your clients what they need, right? Okay.
And we have a timeline with them, so we have to be able to do that pretty soon.
Okay. Another question is how do you have any vendors in mind?
We have a few vendors in mind. The specific products is what we're struggling with more.
Specific product. And specific product.
Specific technologies that they have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel what is important to you when you're looking for vendors?
Someone who's reliable and can ensure that the technology that they're offering can withstand however much is needed for that.
Yeah. Do you believe that a tool where you have a list of vendors that can probably help you with that, do you think that would be helpful and very efficient for you in Private Horizons?
Yeah, I would say that would be helpful. Yeah.
Alright, good. And then, so based on information that I've gathered prior to this meeting, and then also with the questions that we've had, I do know that we do have some Gartner tools that can definitely help with you and with what investing in trying to advance your technologies. So prior to this meeting, I do have an understanding that Private Horizons is trying to pursue these government contracts, and that of course advancing these technologies is very urgent in order to achieve those contracts, because you guys have to develop a preliminary software product. Is that correct? Yes. All right, cool. So another question that I was going to ask is, for these private contracts, I know that you guys these are more of defense contracts, and I know that you guys are more focused in the private space industry. Again, with information that I've gathered, I know that your employee turnover rate has been increasing a little bit. Do you have an idea of why that may be happening?
I would say since we are struggling to with our technology and everything, it puts more of a strain on the employees to be able to meet those goals without accurate tools for them. So it makes it harder for them as well. They have more responsibilities in addition to their normal position that they're getting compensation for.
So if we're capping what you just said, if I have a better understanding, you're trying to say that your employees trying to balance out with the whole private space industry, and then achieving these government contracts can increase some stress onto them, and then lead them to leaving the company, and then put Private Horizons into kind of a deep end, because they don't have nobody that will help them work, and then of course then you don't have revenue. Is that correct?
Yeah, that as well as the technologies being.
Okay, so again, with the defense contracts and then the private race industry, which one would you say is more of your focus?
I would say right now the government contract. Because that would bring in more revenue then.
Okay, great. Yeah, so the government contracts would definitely help you with your funding and revenue. Okay. And then another thing that I was wondering is what will happen to those employees and then that feel that they kind of came in for Private Horizons, for the private space industry, what's going to be your, I would say, what's going to be your plan there?
Our plan to keep them
Yes.
staying? So our plan right now is we have to fix the technology that we have, which would then put less strain on them once we get more funding as well, and like the government contract. Once everything falls into place with all those things, it should make their jobs way easier and let them focus like what they need to be focused on instead of all these other things such as like finding that new technology and putting the implementing that whole new system, learning that whole new system, everything that comes with that.
Okay, so these new technologies are definitely what's going to help with your government contracts.
Yes.
It's going to help you, increase your funding and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would happen if you weren't able to get these government contracts?
We would be struggling to make revenue. The level of revenue that we would need, especially with making those big purchases that we need to do recently, upcoming. If we don't have that incoming revenue that we expect, we would have to make some tough business decisions.
So what you're saying is that the urgency of building these new technologies, getting these government contracts, it all ties together. And
Yeah.
if you don't do this, then you're gonna end up, probably Private Horizons is probably not gonna, see to exist.
Yeah.
Right. So that's pretty, I get the stress of what you and your employees may be going through, and I do definitely think that Gartner Tools may be able to help with that, help you, find what possible vendors may help you and select, and also what technologies may help you invest in and all of that. Is that something that you may be interested in?
Yeah, we would be interested in getting that help.
Yeah, great. So how about we meet again around this time next Thursday to discuss what tools can help you, and then as fast as possible so we can get started on and you can get those contracts.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.